guys, my name is Kirsha. I've been an all-star cheerleader for about 15 years now. Today we're going to be working on a few back handspring drills that we can do at home. So find yourself a big open area and an empty wall and we'll get started. Before we get started today, let's warm up our bodies a little bit.
Whenever I start warm-ups, I always start with jumping jacks. I like this set because right off the bat, you're gonna get 60 done and you're gonna feel nice and warm before we start stretching. To do this, I do 15 each direction, making sure every jumping jack hits a tight high V at the top and a nice clean at the bottom. After 15 one direction, I turn over my shoulder to the left and start the next 15 immediately. Now getting into stretching. The first thing we do here are some body twists. To do this, you're going to stick your arms out in a wide T, keep your hips facing forward, and swing your shoulders side to side. After about 10 seconds with arms extended, bend your arms into a half T and continue swinging shoulders side to side. Now we're going to get into some leg stretches, like splits. I'm going to hold each position for a few seconds, but not too long. And first we go to that runner's lunge. Runner's lunge, your back knee is up and we start on hands, sinking hips as low as you can. Hold that for a few seconds, then drop down to elbows for a further stretch. After that, you're going to drop your back knee, pull your back foot to your seat, and press hips forward. From there, slide into splits. Sit yourself up nice and tall and square off your splits. Then we're leaning forward, getting a nice stretch through the front leg, walking your hands back, arching backwards to get a nice stretch through the back. Lastly, reach your hands nice and tall, hold your split with no hands. Onto the other side lunge, we start with runner's lunge, weight in hands, back knee up. Drop down to elbows, sink your hips nice and low. Drop your back knee, grab your back foot, sink your hips forward. Locking front leg, chest down, reach forward. Slide into your split, sit up nice and tall. Lock hands forward, feel the stretch through the front leg. Locked hands back into an arch, feel the stretch through the back leg. Last, hands up, nice and tall, square hips, hold your split. Okay, from here we're going to turn into a straddle. Up and over to the top. You're going to feel this stretch in your side, and up and over to the other side, feel the stretch through the other side. Both hands together, leaning all the way forward. Next, we're moving on to some back bends. I like to hold my bridges for about 5 seconds each. In this, I try to hit nice, perfect form.
So when I'm starting back handspring drills, I generally like to start from the floor up. So today we're going to start with our toe punch by doing calf raises. For your calf raises, make sure that your core is engaged, your hips are tucked underneath you. Core engaged, hips underneath you. Like so. Hands are gonna go on your hips, pull tall through the top of your head. You're gonna go 25, toes together, ankles together. Try to hold at the very top for a second. Extending all the way to the tops of your toes. After you've done your 25 stationary calf raises, we're gonna work on 25 calf raise hops. So it's basically the same thing with your body position. Now at the top, push through your toes. So hands on hip, calf raise, push. Raise, push. Raise, push. And 25 calf raise hops. If you are somebody who tumbles toes together, then start practicing toes out calf raises to get the heels together. So, if you already know you have issues staying on your toes, those calf raise jumps are going to be really significant in improving your toe hop. My calves are burning. And 25 calf raises in. Point your toes in, heels out. Still make sure your tummy's tucked in and your hips are tucked under. If you're somebody who tumbles with toes apart, start practicing toes in calf raises to start practicing getting your toes together. They all have their benefits, you just have to know how you work as a tumbler to apply them best to you. For our next section, we're gonna do some switch lunges and squats to make sure that we have good power behind our back handspring. In, out squats. You're gonna do 2 sets of 25 of these. For an in-out squat, you're gonna go ahead and get yourself nice and low in a squat. Hands in front of you. You're gonna jump. Big squat, little squat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice and low, in and out. When we are doing it, we don't want our rib cage to be big and open, and we don't want to be sticking our booty out. Same thing. Tummy goes in, booty goes under. Nice and hollow in everything we do. Low. Make sure that you're keeping as much weight on your toes as possible, and really initiating the power through your legs to get as much jump as possible when we start doing back handsprings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're gonna move to switch lunges. In switch lunges, you're gonna start feet together, jump out to a right lunge, nice and low, keeping back, hip, knee all lined up. From this position, you're gonna switch into your left lunge. Same position, knee, back, everything lined up. 1, 25. Now that we did some leg work and we're feeling the power in our thighs, we're gonna move on to some core. Not normal core though, because we're doing a back handspring. We're gonna focus on some workouts that'll work out our back. 50 arch-ups, 50 swimmers, and 25 open closes in an arched X. And I'll show you what each of those are. For your arch-up, you're gonna go ahead, lay flat, arms above your head, and we're gonna pick knees and arms up as high as you can. 1, 2, 3. Making sure that we're engaging through our hips, squeezing our legs together, walk legs and pointed toes. 50 on your own. Let's go. Now that you're done with arch-ups, let's keep moving on to our next thing. We're gonna go into some swimmers. For swimmers, you're gonna be in that same arched position. Your hands are gonna swim back and forth, while your legs do the same thing, swimming back and forth. The way I count it is every time each hand touches, I go 1, 2. So every time my right hand touches. Lay on your back, arch up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 18. I feel like I just swam down a beach. You're doing great, guys. Only one more back exercise to go. Arch up, X outs. So we're gonna start in that same arched position. You're gonna open your body up to an X, then you're gonna close back to the arched position. That makes 1. You're gonna do 25 of them. Top, X, close, X, close. The hands and feet never touch the floor. You're gonna try to make it your goal to only be bouncing on hip bones and rib cage. Open X, 1, X, 2, X, 3, X, 4, X, 5. Up top, X, close, X, close, X, close, X, close, X, close. Open X, 1, X, 2, X, 3, X, 4, X, 5. Up top, X, close, X, close, X, close, X, close, X, close. Alright guys, now that we're done with that back work, we're going to work on some handstand stuff. Handstands are super important for your back handspring because they're essentially that middle piece. A back handspring is an entrance to a handstand and an exit from a handstand. So without the initial handstand in the middle, you have no back handspring. We will work on 50 handstand shoulder taps, 20 handstand blocks, and 10 handstand snap downs. For this section, I'm going to show you both using a wall to do it and not using a wall to do it. So you can base it off how experienced you are and make it a goal. You know you best, make smart choices. Gonna pick up the handstand, touch shoulders. 6, 8. If you fall out of your handstand, that's okay. I stopped at 20. I got 30 more. Doesn't matter how many handstands it takes you to get there. All that matters is we try to do it with correct form. So remember to extend your shoulders as tall as you can and squeeze in your belly. Good. Weights in the front foot, back toe points, fingers extend, arms cover shoulders, hollow in the belly, hips tuck under. Reach forward, block to handstand. Right back to your lunge. If you can't do a full handstand block, that's okay. Just start with the trainer for now. Remember, lower yourself to the floor, jump to L stand, back to lunge. If you have your handstand block, make sure that you're working on extension and holding the handstand at the top. For this one, you're going to kick up to a handstand, let your hips press forward, snap your feet down to the ground while simultaneously blocking your hands and arms up. Okay. Kick up to your handstand, hit toes. Alright, and got 10 of those. Trying to get our hands off the ground before our toes hit. Okay, so if you're falling forward, you're not pushing enough through your fingers. If you're falling backwards, you're too heavy on your heels. You want to be on your toes, hollow body, here in our landing. Handstand, hip, toes. Alright guys, that's all I've got for you today. Make sure you let me know how you did in the comments below and subscribe to Awesomeness TV.